May I tell a story? You don't sound convincing. This is a story when I was in, one of the things I love about Mayo, I've always loved Mayo. And I have to say, coming here yesterday has been such a pleasure. I got lost a few times, and I was very touched by just the easiness and sometimes when I go into a different place, I'm always conscious, because that's one thing about racism, you not necessarily can let it go. But here I found myself just feeling eased, because everybody I was talking to just seemed to want to help me. And it's a nice feeling. So I want to thank the generosity that I've experienced just being here. I'm only here a moment, but it's been very nice. But this song, anyway, I grew up, was fostered in Westport, and I loved going to Westport. And I remember I was about 7 years of age, and there was this, we were having a game, and I remember there were two young boys, and they were saying, we're going to pick the girls, we're going to pick who's the nicest. And I realized, I don't want to be here, because I had experienced so much pain at that stage. I thought, I'm not even going to be picked. And when I was a child, they used to call me Anne. But when I got up to 16, I realized that it was my mother called me Sharon, so I went back to Sharon. But in Westport, I'm known as Anne. And my heart, I could feel the humiliation of being last, picked last. And I could feel my body just going to shock, and there was no escape. And the next minute I heard the first name, Anne. And I looked up and I saw this guy called Martin. What is that? That's for me to go on, isn't it? I saw Martin, and I just looked up and I just fell madly in love with him. And I thought, wow. So I went and I stood with Martin, but I never forgot him, because I was so in on myself. And that moment of being picked, and the first being picked, just allowed me to heal that a little bit. I never forgot that experience. It was one of the most beautiful experiences, because I expected such opposite. But 40 years later, I was to meet him. And I said to him, Martin, do you remember me? I said, you had a profound impact on my life. And he says, yeah, of course I remember. You used to throw stones at me. This is a song, and this one is about my African great-grandmother. I didn't know her. I don't know her name. But it's asking her, how did she feel when invaders came and turned her life upside down? And that I would love to have met her, and I would lie beside her while I cried, while she held me in her ancient arms. Great dog one, did your dreams die? When they came to steal your mind, they want mine, oh why? If I could speak my heart, if I could lie near you, I will so loud while you held me in your ancient arms. Great door one, when I looked at you, I saw you without beauty, because I learned to look through the white man's eyes And I learned to believe the white man's lies. If I could speak my heart, if I could lie near you, I will so loud while you held me in your ancient arms. Masters of supremacy, has pulled us apart in their greed. But the river flows with our tears. She's flowing 400 years. The river flows with our tears. She's flowing 400 years. Girl, my hug.